An Israeli F-15 pilot flips the master arm switch, feeling the weight of 10,000 pounds of munitions shift beneath his wings. His mission, to turn a Lebanese mountain into a crater, but first he must get there without being shot down. The pilot and his weapons systems officer, YSO, are strapped into their F-15I, running through a familiar pre-flight checklist. Hanging from their jet are two massive GBU-28 bunker buster bombs, the largest in Israel's arsenal, designed for deleting fortified underground targets. Their objective is Beaufort Ridge, where Israeli satellites have monitored months of clandestine tunnel construction in violation of a ceasefire. Cleared for takeoff, the heavily loaded jet accelerates down the runway, handling like a freight train with wings. It climbs sluggishly into the sky, followed by its wingman and then a second pair of F-15. Instead of flying the short, direct route to Lebanon, the formation heads west over the Mediterranean. This indirect flight plan adds time but keeps them outside the range of Syrian radars and away from prying Russian naval vessels. Climbing to 35,000 feet on autopilot, the crews configure their weapon systems, programming each bomb with precise target coordinates. The nature of their mission requires them to get dangerously close. The bombs need altitude to build up the velocity required to penetrate deep underground, making the jets bright targets on every enemy radar screen. As they bank east toward Lebanese airspace, threat indicators immediately light up their displays. An ancient Lebanese P-18 radar is the first to detect them. On the leader's command, all four F-15s activate their advanced electronic warfare suites simultaneously. This isn't simple jamming, it's an elaborate deception. Their systems capture enemy radar signals, alter them, and send back false data. Within seconds, the enemy radar operator sees one formation of four jets become a swarm of 16 impossible phantoms on his screen, some flying backwards, others teleporting across his scope or performing physics-defying maneuvers. A modern Chinese radar joins the fray, but the Israeli systems adapt instantly, exploiting its known weaknesses. The formation then executes a carousel maneuver, banking in different directions to amplify the electronic chaos, causing enemy operators to waste missiles locking onto ghost targets. With the enemy defenses thoroughly confused, the formation abandons deception for speed. They converge into an echelon formation and begin their attack dive, descending toward the target at a steep angle. Their radar warning receivers scream as the entire Lebanese air defense network finally sees them, but it's too late. Thundering over the Litani River, they ignore a launched surface-to-air missile, defeating it with chaff and flares. They focus solely on the innocuous-looking hillside that hides their target. The lead pilot announces "fenced in," signaling the start of the attack. The Wazos in the back seat slave their advanced lantern targeting pods to the target, painting it with an invisible laser beam that the bombs will follow home. The lead aircraft rolls in, aligning perfectly with the tunnel's orientation to maximize penetration. He feels his jet leap upwards as two 5,000-pound bombs fall away. His wingman releases seconds later, followed by the second flight targeting the rear slope exits. In an 11-second window, 8 bunker busters are on their way. The formation immediately rolls inverted and dives for the deck to egress. Behind them, the WIZOS keep their laser designators locked on the mountain. The bombs fall silently, their laser seekers scanning for the specific coded energy reflected from the target. They make tiny adjustments, guided with meter-level accuracy. The first bomb impacts at near supersonic speed. It doesn't explode on contact. Its hardened steel alloy nose cone vaporizes rock and reinforced concrete as it bores deep into the mountain, a sophisticated delay fuse counting down. Deep inside the main tunnel junction, it detonates. The subsequent bombs impact milliseconds apart, their synchronized explosions creating a phenomenon called constructive interference, where their shock waves meet and amplify each other. The mountain doesn't just collapse, it erupts. A pillar of smoke and debris rockets into the sky as the entire north face of the ridge slides away, exposing the honeycomb tunnels within. But the real destruction comes seconds later. The primary blasts trigger a catastrophic chain reaction through hidden ammunition bunkers and fuel stores, setting off secondary explosions that ripple through the ruins for minutes. The F-15I crews, now safely climbing away, watch the mountain disintegrate behind them. Good effects on target, the lead WIZO reports with massive understatement. The underground fortress, representing 6 months of work and millions of dollars, has been transformed into a smoldering quarry. The celebration is short-lived. Their radar warning receivers chirp back to life. "They're angry," the wingman calls out. The Lebanese air defenses, though blinded, are now firing missiles ballistically, hoping for a lucky hit on the retreating jets. Defensive, jammers active. Break right and descend, the flight leader orders. The four Eagles snap into a defensive spread, diving toward the deck to clutter enemy radar with ground return. They pop chaff and flares, creating a dazzling cloud of confusion behind them. A pair of SA-8 missiles streak past harmlessly, detonating kilometers away against a phantom radar signature. They level off just 1,000 feet above the hills, weaving through valleys as they race for the coast. The Mediterranean blue now fills the windscreen, a promise of safety. They've burned through their reserves with the afterburner climb and defensive maneuvering, but it's enough. Lightning flight, feet wet, the leader announces as they cross the coastline, the sea sparkling below. The threatening warble of the radars fades to a faint background hum, then silence. They are out of range. A final transmission crackles over the secure data link. It's from an Israeli Atam airborne early warning plane high above the sea. Lightning flight, be advised. Battle damage assessment is complete. We are assessing the target as functionally destroyed. Secondary explosions ongoing. Excellent work. Proceed to home plate. A wave of relief washes through the cockpits. The WISOs finally lean back from their scopes. The pilots ease their grip on the control sticks, engaging the autopilot for the long ride home. The formation reforms into a loose cruise formation, the urgency gone. The sun glints off their canopies as they start a slow, fuel-efficient climb. The mission is truly over. In the silence, the only sound is the steady rumble of the engines and the occasional crackle of the radio. There are no cheers, just the quiet, professional satisfaction of a job done perfectly. They fly on, the mountain of smoke slowly receding behind them, a dark smudge on the horizon.